the Philippines. Tonight, live from the Inspire Theater on the corner of Las Vegas Boulevard and Fremont Street in the heart of fabulous downtown Las Vegas, we present the Downtown Podcast. Starring your host, Dylan Jorgensen. Your co-host, Leah Bowser. Robbie Surface. Music by yours truly, DJ Lenny Love Alfonso. Tonight's guest from Trike Las Vegas, Fred Welch. From Lit Vegas, Chris Charisma Prim. Musical performance by Rusty Maples. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for the man who has faith in his jokes, Mr. Jeremy Martin.
Hey, yeah, keep it going. No. Thank you. DJ Lenny Love, we'll kill it. Yes, give it up for DJ Lenny Love, Alfonso.
Thank you.
The myth, the legend. How you doing tonight, man?
I feel good, brother.
Feeling good? I'm feeling good, too. I think it's going to be a good night. How about you guys? Are you feeling great? Yeah. Awesome. Well, let's get right into it. Talk a little bit about what's going on in the world around us. First off, a recent study shows the most undervalued women in America are childless aunts, also known as cat ladies. It really bothers me that after all the things women have proven in our society, that they're still judged by things like childbearing and not the woman they are on the inside of a kitchen.
Ouch.
Women are my biggest fans. They're stacking up. Speaking of undervalued women, a woman in Britain had a video go viral as she recorded herself pole dancing while in labor. Yeah. I don't even have a joke. I just wanted everyone to know about it. Like, you can go online and see this. Oh, man. In political news, anybody heard of a guy named Donald Trump? Yeah. I thought that would be it. He had a recent speech interrupted by a crying baby. He assured the mother that it was okay, but then minutes later, he asked her to leave. Flip-flopper, am I right? Oh, man. When people want this guy to be president, you can't trust a thing he says. I think it was because he likes to be the only crying baby in a room. I feel like for comedians, every comedian's voting for Trump. It's an automatic new joke every day, right? But when reached for response, the baby was quoted as saying, "Ah!" That last part was for me. I don't even care if you don't like it. That was for me. A recent headline read, "Chelsea Clinton has some questions for Ivanka Trump." Yeah. I didn't read the article, but I assume the questions are, how'd you get so pretty? Who does your hair? What's it like to dress like a woman? I don't know. Yeah, I'm bipartisan. A Tulsa woman is in jail after accidentally giving her infant child apple vodka that she had hidden in the child's bottle to sneak into a club the night before. Parenting 101. The mother said she noticed something was wrong when after her feeding, the baby got turned up. Yes. Zac Efron he's upset. He's recently been quoted as saying that he can't get a date. Yeah, Zac. It's because you're the only one who doesn't know you're gay. You're fishing in the wrong fishing hole, if you know what I mean. That's not. Facebook is working hard to reduce the number of clickbait found in your news feed. That's right. Thankful to Facebook for that. But it says it can't do anything about all the douchebag friends that you keep accepting. So that's on you. It's your fault. Yeah, exactly. A recent medical report claims that Amish children are actually way less likely to develop asthma compared to other children. Did you hear about this, DJ Lenny?
No, I did not.
Yeah, it's a fascinating study. The conclusion was that asthma can be prevented or cured by putting a cow in every home. Yeah. It's utterly ridiculous to consider moving a cow into your home. Yeah. How could you even fit that Holstein in the house, you know? There's a lot at stake when you let a cow live with you. Oh, yeah. I'll milk this joke for all it's worth. There you go. Something about milk, dairy. I don't know. I don't have any more. All right. Last joke. Lyft. We actually have a guest from Lyft here tonight. We're very excited. Lyft is reporting a record number, 14 million rides last month. That's right. This marks the most mustache rides in a month since the 1980s. So I'm sure we've all heard, the downtown community here, we have a loss coming. The Beat Coffee House will actually be closing down. I'm sure it's a place for all of you guys that you love being at. But here at the Downtown Podcast, we like to take lemons and turn them into delicious lemonade. And so what we've done is we've kind of thrown together some ideas for what kind of restaurant chain we think should be replacing the Beat Coffee House.
Hey, downtown Las Vegas. We're Applebeat. As you've heard, we're taking over the beat. Some people think we're some generic chain. Not true. We get you people.
It'll be great for young entrepreneurs to get together and think about different businesses they can create.
We know you guys are all into that scratchy, out-of-date music, and guess what? We are too.
We even let women work here.
And we support that. Yay, diversity.
We're even going to have handcrafted, home-crafted, artisan beer.
Everyone at Applebeat is encouraged to explore their inner finger painter. The ketchup's included. Just keep it on the plate.
Las Vegas local sports teams.
Don't worry, we're keeping it real with our very own open mic night.
At Applebee's, we do our best to be part of the neighborhood.
Applebeat is not responsible for the content of Open Mic Night.
We have a great show for you tonight here at the Downtown Podcast. Up next, Robbie Surface will be interviewing our guest from Lyft. Take it away, DJ Lenny.
Hey there, everybody. All right, so our first guest tonight is going to be Lyft's marketing lead, Chris Charisma Prim. What's up, man? How's it going?
Splendid, thank you.
So great to have you on the show.
Thank you.
Are those little mustaches on your shirt?
They are mustaches on my shirt.
Well, way to wear the theme, man. That's awesome.
Thank you. They complement my bowling shoes.
So, rideshare in general is pretty new to Vegas. It's only been around for about a year, but it's been everywhere else for like quite some time now. What took so long, man?
What took so long in Vegas? Great question. Politics?
Oh, all right.
Yeah, so we're coming up on our 1-year anniversary of having rideshare in Las Vegas, and looking back on what we've accomplished over the last year is pretty incredible, right? Like, we've created tens of thousands of opportunities for people to make money.
Yeah.
So long as they can pass a background check, they got a vehicle, and they got a lot of hustle. Secondly, I think the biggest impact for this community is providing the opportunity for people to get home safe, right? Like, those of us locals who live here, it's been so tough to get taxis for years, right? And now, at the tap of a button, you can get a safe ride in less than 3 minutes. So,
Yeah, all right.
Yes.
Especially in Vegas, I know I'm going to need a lift tonight, so that's just perfect timing.
let's get lifted.
Yeah, definitely. So I actually did a little bit of research before the show, and I found out that about $2,000 is wasted with people just sitting around in traffic every year. It's about 74 hours of time wasted. So how could Lyft help? I mean, there's obviously a lot of opportunity potential there. How could Lyft help kind of cut down on that $2,000 that we're wasting?
Sure. So I guess what we're driving at is, oh, pun intended, zing, is that when you don't have to drive yourself, there's so many other things you can do with your time, right? Like the most valuable time you could spend in the back of the Lyft is probably catching Pokemon Go.
Oh, yeah.
But
Hey, who booed?
but you could also spend that time doing your emails. But if you're a real human, you spend that time talking to the person who's driving you around, right? I mean, that's the purpose of Lyft, is to connect people and connect people across the city. I mean, it echoes kind of the purpose of this show, right? Connecting people, across the city.
Connecting people and ideas while on the go.
Absolutely. The other thing I'd add is that we're taking cars off the road.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So, an average driver could probably take, I don't know, 4 or 5 people to work in the morning, and that's just one. Times that by thousands of drivers. We're taking thousands of cars off the road. And I know in a lot of other markets, we have a product called Liftline, which is trying to help carpool reach its full potential. Right? So this is how it would work. I live in the southwest of Vegas. I need to get to my shift on the Strip. I call a Liftline. The price, I'll just make it up. Let's just say we'll cap it at $5. So now the algorithm, the Terminator Skynet, knows where I am, where I'm going. And if someone else needs to get to the same place, Skynet will go pick that person up for $5.
Right.
Now, in other cities, a lot of people are using this to date, and it's more efficient than Tinder. Right?
Wow.
Who knows?
Lyft is more efficient than Tinder.
Who knows who you might get paired up with, right? So if I'm on a
man.
date, I might have to spend $10 on, coffee for the two of us, or $50 on dinner for the two of us. But I could just, for $5, get linked up with someone that could be the future love of my life. Why not save money that way?
So what you're saying is I need to get the Lyft Tinder app or the Lyft dating app. I'm definitely getting on that right now.
Yep.
And then, when we've got autonomous driving, I know a lot of the rideshare companies are kind of researching and developing that. I won't even have to worry about that guy in the front seat,
Sure. Yeah, what I would say about the future of autonomous vehicles, the first thing I'll say is that the people who drive with Lyft are the most important part of our company. It's been that way in the past. It'll be that way in the future. And autonomous vehicles are coming someday, but not tomorrow, right? We're working with GM, who's given us $1 billion to think about this stuff.
Oh, yeah,
Uber is working with Carnegie Mellon. We know Google. We're seeing their stuff, on the YouTube. Mercedes and Tesla are moving in that direction. So autonomous vehicles are coming. I don't know if it's 5 years, 10 years out. Nobody knows. But what's interesting is to think about where we could test autonomous vehicles first, right?
Right.
I mean, like if we were to brainstorm about that.
I mean, congested areas.
Totally.
Vegas seems like a pretty awesome place to
Yeah,
test that.
yeah, I think so. Like imagine a world where, we just transformed the Strip into autonomous vehicles. Like I think there's movements out there to make the Strip like a pedestrian walkway instead of having vehicles there.
Okay.
Right? And unfortunately, we see evidence of bad decisions on the Strip, almost weekly on the news, right? So,
Yeah.
Imagine
Sure.
if those were all autonomous
generous.
vehicles, 100% safe, as safe as an elevator is today, right? We eliminate risk, we get people around safely and cheaply. Like maybe we test autonomous vehicles on the Strip, one day in the future.
Wow. Give it up. So you've been kind of an advocate of downtown for much longer than you've been working for Lyft, obviously, since they've only been around for about a year. Is there any way, or do you have any visions of how you could kind of combine Lyft with downtown?
Sure. I love downtown. I live here in the community. I lived in the Airstream Park for almost a year, and then recently moved into the Ogden when my wife got pregnant, and she didn't want to climb up and down the ladder of a tiny house. If any of you who spent time in a tiny house, it's highly recommend a tiny house. But they say about 15% of cities are used for parking lots. So we use 15% of our city to house a vehicle that we use less than 5% of a day. Right? Oh, wow. So if rideshare reached its full potential, we could eliminate the need for parking lots in our cities. We could eliminate the need to have the left and right-hand side of a street have cars. And so then it's up to the creatives in the world to think about what could we do if we got all that space back? Like the Ogden is a 25-story building, and the first 7 floors are all for cars that are used less than 5% per day. Like, could we have a vertical farm in there and have fresh grown tomatoes? Could we have a school? Can there be healthcare systems? Could there be services for the houseless, right? Like, imagine what we could do if we just got 15% of our cities back. It's a pretty remarkable thing.
Right. It would just all become prime real estate. It's perfect. Well, thanks so much for coming on the show, Chris. I love talking about the autonomous vehicles and the maximum potential of all of these, all this wasted space or potentially, usable space. Yeah, thanks for coming on the show, and give a round for Chris.
Thank you, Robbie.
Get lifted.
Our next guest has something really, really exciting to show us. They are sort of, combative with the Lyft thing. They're trying to be the next transportation, and I think they have a real stand in this competition. Fred Welch is going to be teaching us all about what Trike is. So please welcome our next guest, founder of Trike Las Vegas, Fred Welch. Yeah. Yeah, okay. All right.
Had to
Thank
throw that
you.
out there.
Yeah, so this is a...
I'm really not this cool, sorry.
This is a cop car. This is a cop car gone like streamlined, like stripped down.
Sort of, kind of. It's, law enforcement, security, it's personal transportation, really.
Yeah.
And, at the end of the day, it's about getting one person from here to there. And ironically, that's what a lot of people do every day. They just, one person in a 2,000-pound vehicle just to go 3 miles. So whatever it is, this is personal transportation. And law enforcement, security need it just as much as anybody else. And so whether it's been, Segway or any of the other companies that are out there, what it really boils down to is whether it's bike or that, you need something that's really functional and efficient and everything
I think the question is, if you were trying to pull me over, do I have to stop for this?
Well, seeing as how I'm not a police officer, I would be sort of...
Pretend you are. I'm giving you a badge.
Okay. Wow.
Sheriff,
that's awfully sweet.
Sheriff Fred.
Okay. If I was pulling you over, what?
Okay, I'm speeding. I'm going 25 over, suckers, like whatever. Thank you, Lenny. Yeah. Do I have to stop for you? Can you catch me? Do I have to stop for you?
Oh, I can definitely catch you. But if I'm a police officer, then yes, you have to stop. I'm...
Anything that they're riding, horse,
it does
bike,
not matter. That's exactly right.
Car.
They're on.
They're
ready to go.
All right,
They got their badge, which you just gave me.
Yeah, awesome. So how did you guys get into that kind of transportation? Because I know Trike is... You started it in Las Vegas as sort of like this tourism, like let's go explore Las Vegas in a new, cool, exciting way. But how did you segue into this kind of thing?
Trike started coming up on 17 years ago as a full-body fitness vehicle. They had an infomercial out and body powered. It's like it's all you. And if you don't make it go, you don't make it go. And people get frustrated and all that. So the big thing for a long time was, can you electric assist? And that transition about coming up on 7 years ago was what put us in the transportation business. So we went from this body-powered, low-impact vehicle, which cambers into a turn, and it's really fun and really great for you. Once you electrify it, now all of a sudden you've got something that can connect with, that you can put in your car and take someplace and use it as the satellite vehicle that can disconnect from the mothership and go do its thing.
Yeah.
Or call up your Lyft driver, for example, and say, can you fold your seats down?
Yeah.
That kind of a thing. So whether it's that or the RTC, or if we ever get light rail in Las Vegas. These are all things where personal transportation, connecting with mass transit, and also connecting with what we all know as our own transportation, which is our own car, that changes the game considerably. It adds a whole new element.
Because it's something that we all do every single day. We transport somewhere every single day, unless we're totally, couch potato, homebody, like loving our Netflix shows.
I don't know who you're talking about. It's not me. No.
AKA Fred.
It is me.
But yeah, so you have to get from point A to point B. And how do we not use gas? How do we do it efficiently? And how do we do it to just better the community that we're in?
Yeah, I'll give you an example. When we we moved here from Southern California about 5 years ago, and in Southern California we were a 2-car. There was a period where we were a 3-car family, and that's not uncommon in a lot of different cities all throughout the country. And you just get so used to that kind of thing. And then at some point I got into this, and we got rid of 1 car, and then we were going to move here, and we were going to bring both cars. And it made sense to just sell one. We had total intentions of getting another car when we moved here. And we moved to Centennial Hills, which is the one of the far corners.
You ride your trike from Centennial to here?
No, I do not. That would be a bad idea. But what we do, for example, is there's an express bus. Our mass transit system here is really efficient for what it is and for what it does. And there's lots of ways that they can expand and do numerous things to really transform transportation here, and they're doing those things. But for me, at the end of the day, you just want to get from here to downtown. And if there's an express bus that leaves the station and jumps on the freeway and the next stop is Casino Center in Fremont, how do you, for $2? At the end of the day, I can ride this thing, not this thing, actually. I don't impersonate
Do you take
a
the
police
cop car
officer.
out
I
on
don't
your
do that.
own and just
I
patrol
never
the
do that.
city?
No, I don't.
How did you get access
I do
to
wear a
the
little
city?
outfit, and it's pretty cool.
Oh, that's cool.
When I ride around. No, but when I do go out and with my vehicle, my own personal vehicle, I'm going to go about 3 miles, and that's going to take me about 13 minutes, and I'm going to have natural air conditioning the whole way, and it's going to be fun, and it's probably, and I can just tell you that in many ways, not, my friend Chris, who was here, talking about the difference of the experience. Well, adding to the idea that if you have a Lyft driver take you, you can do all sorts of other things while you're in the car. Same is true of being on a bus. Somebody else is doing the driving. Mm-hmm. And the fact that I have 13 minutes, that it's just me and this machine getting from here to here, sometimes that's the best part of my day. And I'm not thinking about...
Because it's a super fun machine,
It's a fun machine. I'm not thinking about anything else. I got my headphones in. I am, and it's a part of my lifestyle now. And then you fold it down, you throw it in the RTC, and now I'm returning emails and I'm doing whatever I need to do. Get off, and I'm 3 blocks away from where I need to be. And my car never left my house.
Yeah.
And so for that kind of stuff, it's not a bad little augment to one's lifestyle that comes about from a tool like personal transportation, a personal transportation tool.
Yeah, it's perfect. I think it's awesome. I think it's a perfect way to get from point A to point B, especially in this city where we need things like that. So thank you so much, Fred, for talking to us.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I appreciate you having us.
Thank you. We need to use this trike thing, but yeah. Woo woo!
I want you to get together. Segment, Stephon Pettway.
Yeah. What's up? How y'all doing this evening? So good to be here on the Downtown Podcast, man. I'm actually from, anybody in here from the South? From the South? Well, what's some of the things they say about the South? Like tobacco, racist, people are sleeping with their cousins, colonization, and I want you to know all of those things are true. So I've been out in Vegas now for about 3 years, and guys, Vegas has really changed me. Like, it's so hot outside, I used to be white.
And then it's like, I need water. Water has become my baby. And if I don't have my baby, I go crazy. Or if something happens to my baby, I go crazy. Like the other day, I was walking down the street, right? And I was hanging out with my friends. And you know the bikers in Vegas, how they pass you going all crazy, out of control. Well, I had my water in my hand. The biker passed me, and I just lost it. I dropped my water. I was like, whoa! Whoa! Whoa, my baby! Help! Help! Somebody help me! Then the dude comes out of nowhere. He's like, yo, my man, you okay? It's just like, no. My water broke. And then, guys, it's hard to get a job right now in Vegas. It is so hard. You got to have, like, big breasts, or you got to have big legs, or bulging biceps. You literally have to look like Carrot Top to get a job on the Vegas Strip. Seriously. I was lucky, though. I actually do have a job, though. I work at the movie theater, at the Orleans, actually. And let me tell you, there's something interesting about tearing a little Japanese kid's ticket and him looking at you and pointing and saying, Godzilla. I know. And then on top of that, guys, like I work in the concession stand sometimes too. So people come in there and they just automatically expect you to know who they are and know their order. Like this woman comes up to me the other day. She says, popcorn. She literally did that for 2 minutes. And I was just, and then eventually she stopped. She's like, where's my popcorn? I was like, what size would you like? He's like, oh, I thought you knew. I was here last week. It's like, yeah, so was everybody else. And then she's like, all right, I'll take a small popcorn. Or I just thought you knew my order. It's like, I'm not an X-Men. I can't just read your mind. And I mean, maybe you might have liked a large popcorn. Small people like large things sometimes. That's a penis joke. I tried. Hey, where's the camera actually real quick? Somebody got a camera or a close-up or something? Where? Oh. I'm looking at this camera. I made it, Dad. I'm on TV. No, I'm actually just kidding. I don't know my father. Yeah, I know. So, you guys are really a great audience, man. Last time I told my mom I was trying to do stand-up, and she's just like, oh, son, you're doing stand-up comedy. That's sweet. Why don't you tell me a joke right now? And this is me still developing my material. I was like, okay, Mom, I'm not really into dominatrix because there's something about whips and chains and calling people massa or mistress that just doesn't work for me. Mom literally had that same reaction. She just said, oh, son, that's not funny at all. Y'all should have heard her when I wanted to be a rapper. I know, stereotype, right? But actually, I was a pretty good rapper, and I was like, Mom, I'm gonna be a rapper. It's like, oh, son, you're gonna be a rapper. Why don't you spit some verses for me? And be careful, I'm a Christian. And I was just like, damn, this is gonna be hard. So this was my final attempt at being a rapper. I want to get you guys to let's get a clap going. So, let's go. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, we're on a rhythm now. Okay, yeah. I got to catch the beat. Okay, all right, Mom, this one's for you. All right. The Pettway is here, so don't be scared because your eyes will turn red like Britney Spears. But if you don't study, read, and pass a test, you're going to wind up out of school doing grand theft. But me and my people over here is taking it serious. Just because we wasn't in the Fast and Furious, one thing we was just so very curious. Why ain't the rest of these people so serious? Son, that's so good. Do you have one more verse in you and a hook? Because I love hooks. Okay, Mom, this is for you, Mom. Yo, I want to thank my teachers for helping me out, because if it wasn't for them, I would have flunked out. To Miss Duck, Miss Little, Miss Parks, and Miss Rasco, thanks for not making me drink Tabasco. Don't be scared. Don't be scared because your eyes will turn red like Britney Spears. That's my time, guys. Thank you so much.
Trust.
I'm on the job, don't bother calling. If I get back, you're all packed and one foot out the door. Try not to speak, pretend you don't see me. Don't play no tracks, gotta bring you back to that light. Trace of innocence we did time. I put some claw marks on your door. Just keep her neighbors talking. The car's alive, but it's catching a rush. Or she'll bike to work or take the bus, but she won't be caught dead left in charge. She always said she'd die in a car. Never mentioned who'd be driving. I put some car marks on your door. Let's keep it neighbors talking. Whoa. Bombay eyes to innocence, or ever hopping a fence. Who to call when you're in a pinch, when most of everyone's spent. Call to arm to all the native kids, at least the ones keeping watch. Someone's been lifting my packages and is yet to be caught. Well, I tell you, no one deserves a free ride. Oh, this I'm sure of. No one deserves a free ride. Oh, this I'm sure of. No one deserves a free ride. Oh, this I'm sure of. No one deserves a free ride. Oh, this I'm sure of. No one deserves a free ride. Oh, this I'm sure of. No one deserves a free ride. Oh, this I'm sure of. With some claw marks on your door. Let's keep it neighbors talking.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's our show. I'd like to thank all of our guests this evening. Thank you to our cast and crew. To all you podcasts at home.
Remember, you're all welcome to be part of our live studio audience every Thursday night at 9 p.m. right here at Inspire Theater.
Party with us in the rooftop for the after party. Don't forget to subscribe to us on YouTube.
Like us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter at Downtown Podcast.
Thank you. Salamat. Salamat.
Peace.